Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. This is the Brookport Best Friends podcast. Once again, episode 2, season 1. I am your host, Brian, and with me is my co-host, Brad.
Hello.
And we will be talking for the next 2 hours about whatever strikes our fancy. We got a little bit of an agenda, but you know, if you listen to the first episode, you know we meander more than a lazy river. So, how is your week going, Brad? You have a good week?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see this week, next week. We'll see how it
goes. well, you should know how this week went already. It passed.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It feels like it's still going.
Oh, yeah. Well, they all drag on together for me. Let me just say that for the most part, that's every week for me. The weeks just tie together.
Oh, yeah.
You never, like, one week ends, the next one begins. Only thing I know is, like, any different. I keep track of my Fridays, though. I love Fridays. It's still my favorite day of the week.
I mean, it did have some significance growing up with the TGIF
I was about to
lineup. I kind of figured that's where you were going with it.
Well, I do keep the habit of every week I watch a different episode of an old crappy TGIF show. Like, I love Perfect Strangers. This is one of my favorite shows.
That was a good show.
I loved watching it. Excuse me. And yeah, other than that, I had a pretty good week myself. Went to the gym 3 times. It rained a couple days. I rode my bike a little bit. And, life keeps moving.
Yeah, we could go into another whole podcast episode of work just from what happened last week.
Every episode is just us complaining about jobs.
Yeah. Well, it was our Friday, I guess you would call it, but it's actually Saturday, and the owner of the people that I work for was like, well, come Monday, this is going to be the last of it. So, yeah.
That would, it's like you worked all through the Christmas rush. You busted your butt. You were a top performer at their stupid company. And they're like, oh, yeah, by the way, we're just done.
Yeah, there's a lot of people kind of dumbfounded in there. Like, well, now what do we do? And he said, good luck on your future endeavors.
Pretty much. That's all companies, man. The moment they've used you and got their money out of you and got the work done, it's like, oh, I don't know what you're going to go and die in whatever way you see fit. That's basically what they tell you every time. And it's like, that's why you never should ever give any loyalty to a corporation you did not start yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Because they just going to use you like a dirty pair of underwear and toss you away.
Well, it's always, I guess, either good or bad to be at the top.
Yeah.
Bad because you got to take the brunt or the responsibility of the money aspect of it. Like,
yeah,
you are in it for God knows how much money.
Yeah.
And if it goes belly up, well, then that falls on you.
But I've never heard of I got millions in assets. I guess I'll just sell those off. Oops.
Yeah.
It's like they still following on. They fall upwards every time. Like the incompetent CEO of how many companies has fallen into a new company to lead it, even though he's tanked 2 or 3 or 4 others.
You gotta break some eggs to make an omelet, my man.
Oh yeah, of course. And you're always the egg. It's never their eggs. It's your eggs.
Yep.
Like Elon Musk became the first trillionaire in the world. Well, no, he's not the first trillionaire. Let me tell you, people, he's not the first trillionaire. He's the first public trillionaire.
Yeah.
The Rothschilds and the Bilderbergs and all them dudes, they're already trillionaires.
There's some Middle Eastern royalty.
Yeah.
There's no telling how much they are actually worth.
Yeah. The House of Saud probably has more money than, they can't even count the amount of money anymore due to oil wealth. And it's like, man, I don't get why people worship these rich guys that are they didn't get rich because they were being nice. They didn't get rich by paying you a fair wage. They didn't get rich by paying what you're worth. So why are you giving a crap? Why, the world's first trillionaire. The dude underpaid 90% of his staff. That's how he got that rich. If he was paying what they were making, if they were paying the value of what they were making at these jobs, he wouldn't be a trillionaire. He'd be a millionaire still, but he's not. He's profiting off their labor, off their work, off their creations.
And how much is a Tesla?
I don't know.
I haven't even looked into it. I don't even know.
I thought they looked ugly and stupid to begin with.
Well, that's the Cybertruck. That thing is atrocious.
Yeah.
But if given one, I would still drive it around.
I don't even want a Cybertruck. It looks so stupid, I think.
I know.
It looks like something I drew in 3rd grade. Be like, pickup truck. Oh, and here's the deal. If you put monster truck tires on that truck and a giant flag and a dinosaur head on it, that would have been my truck I drew in 3rd grade.
You know, now that I think about it, there was a kid in, I think it was either 3rd or 6th grade. I don't know. That's a big jump. But I remember the guy's name. I don't know if I want to say it out loud or not. But he would draw trucks all the time with his brand new protractor, and it was the exact same body style as the Cybertruck. Now that I think about it, it's so weird.
I didn't draw that bad. I was always trying to draw like the old square body trucks.
Yeah.
But I was one of those kids that drew monster trucks nonstop from about 2nd grade all the way up to 5th grade. I love drawing monster trucks in various situations that they didn't belong, like combat and driving over the top of houses.
I mean, I don't see them being too out of place in combat, honestly.
Well, they're a big target, and 90% of their lower half is exposed. All the gears and stuff that make it run is exposed. So yeah, they would be instantaneously taken out by most everything.
I'm living in movie world fantasy where the big truck just drives through and all the other guys are really bad shots.
Yeah. Well, there's also a critical detail. They have to be driven by Arnold Schwarzenegger,
yes,
Jackie Chan,
yes,
or who's the guy that plays John Wick? Keanu Reeves. And then they're invincible. And then they'll never explode or anything. Anyone else driving it, it's obviously a villain, and they will be taken down by a huge explosion, usually fired from a rocket-propelled grenade of some sort.
I do believe it was Jim Carrey in one of those pet detective movies where he was driving a...
Oh, that's a good movie. I haven't seen that in... Is that Ace Ventura 2, I think?
When Nature Calls.
Yeah, that's the one. It was because the first one was about the Miami Dolphins, and the second one was about him going to Africa, and he drives the monster truck.
That's basically all I remember in that movie, honestly.
Speaking of which, I mean, it's completely unrelated, but speaking of which,
yes,
Ernest Day was Saturday.
I saw that.
And they had a big to-do down in Nashville, which they have every year, and I didn't attend.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know much about it beforehand, and when I did see it, it was a complete surprise. I was like, well, shoot, I didn't have enough time to make any plans.
Yeah, well, I know what happens every year. I just, I used to work with a guy that was related to Ernest at Baptist Health. He was a security guard with me. And me and him talk nonstop about Ernest movies and stuff. And he's like, yeah, they have Ernest Day every year. I'm going to it again, it was in June. I didn't know it. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I was like, oh, crap, that's coming up. There was a reason why I watched an Ernest movie every June. It was to remind myself that Ernest Day was coming up.
And that he went to camp.
Yeah, I have a Camp Kikiki shirt, and I'm very proud of it.
Oh.
I was going to, if I ever get to go to Ernest Day in real life, I'll wear that to it. I will dress the customs. I will adapt to the culture.
I just want one of those denim vests.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That's pretty slick.
I have never understood why people wear vests. And this is, again, a comedian's joke that I know everyone's heard, but it's like, what, are you just worried about keeping your nipples and belly warm? Is your arms not important? Why are you just wearing a vest?
I don't know. They just took the 3-piece suit and just stripped it back to the coat.
Yeah, the arms are worn out. Rip these some bitches off, and I'll keep wearing it. You just get a new coat.
But as far as Jim Barney, that's his name, right? As far as that goes, they also in Nashville, Kid Rock holds a fish fry every year.
I don't know if I'd want to attend the Kid Rock
I
fish
would
fry.
love to go to that. You have no idea how much fun that would be.
I don't know, man. That's a bit...
He's got a house that looks like the White House. He's got a golden elevator inside. Come on.
Oh, man. That's like if a dog dragged its ass across a carpet and it turned into a human, that would be Kid Rock. That's the way I view Kid Rock.
Hot take time. Oh.
I'm not a fan of his music. I think he looks greasy to the touch, and I'm sure he smells like a combination an ashtray and probably body sweat.
You're not probably too far from off.
But
I did see him in concert at one point, and he did this little bit where he would go to every instrument and play a little lick on each one of them.
mm-hmm.
And, you know, talent-wise, he's just good enough to get by.
Yeah. I can't do it, so I can't physically say, oh, he's a talentless hack. It's like, man, my hands don't work right for writing, let alone guitar. And if he can play lots of instruments. Like I saw him back in Summer Sanitarium way back in the day with Metallica and System of a Down, and there's a couple other bands. But either way, back when he had the little midget running around on stage with him before he passed on, Josie or whatever.
Yeah.
And like we saw him then, and I was like, "Oh,
I think we're talking about the same show."
Yes, probably." That's actually a pretty much yes, yeah, because it's like Syndrome of a Down was up there,
Syndrome of a Down,
and Metallica finished, and we left before
Yeah.
they got to the finale, which that was like a 8 or 9 hour concert.
That was very, very long.
And it was the middle of summer. It was so hot. And I was like, oh my, it was Summer Sanitarium.
Yeah.
And by the time it had rolled around to Metallica, I was like, man, I'm throbbing in every part of my body that isn't good. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I want to go home. So
And it wasn't even the complete Metallica lineup either. They had the drummer from... I went blank on who it was. I'll come up with it later on tonight.
Yeah.
When it's not relevant anymore.
Yeah.
But anywho.
And then they played all the crap off of Give Me Fuel, Give Me Fire, Give Me that horrible CD, and I was like,
the one that I never listened to.
Yeah, everything past when they were the Samsons of rock and roll. They cut their hair and then they lost their magic powers in my eye.
Yeah.
It's like I did not like the concert. They did the couple of the good songs, and I was like, yeah, this is awesome. And then the rest was like, seen anger in my bed. Oh God, could you never sing that song again?
In the drumming world, Saint Anger has become a meme for the sound of the snare drum. Sounded like you're hitting a empty beer keg or a trash can with a sledgehammer.
Yeah. For one of the world's greatest rock and roll bands, it's like, man, you guys have some shitty songs.
They can afford the best engineers on the planet to make their record sound however they want to, yet they chose that particular snare sound and said, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, that's a banger right there.
Yeah, that's okay.
Pang, pang, ding, pang, pang, ding. You know, throw it. That old joke I used to say about 9 Inch Nails: carry your drum set to the top of a 12-story building, throw it down the stairs, and record the sound, and that's a 9 Inch Nails album.
Or like a Beck interlude.
Yeah.
He did that a lot on that album after Mellow Gold. I can't remember. Odelay?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he had a bunch of spots in that where it just sounded exactly the way you explained it.
Yeah. Oh, man. There's so many bands that were just you look at the old CDs, and there was only 1 or 2 bangers on that CD. The rest was experimental garbage where it's yeah, we don't know what to do. Here's the sound of the fish tank if we put motor oil in it or something like that. And, Tool was real bad about it. And I loved Tool.
Yep.
There's so many of the one where he's just reading a cookie recipe in German.
Mm-hmm.
It's could you make music? Well, it's then he was came out, I was oh yeah, all my music was a big troll. I don't know why you take it so seriously. It's motherfucker.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that took every word you said as gospel truth.
Yeah.
And
brother.
You have no idea the power.
Yeah, there's people out there that was yeah, I changed my life because of Tool albums. And it's no, I was just messing around. I don't know what any of that crap means. I was oh, well, apparently someone knew what it means because they changed their life because of it.
Man, I don't know. But I do have a Brookport fun fact.
Learn a little something about our little town, did you?
Well, I mean, the podcast is called the Brookport Best Friends. That's where we're located. That's where I've lived for the 45 plus years that I've been on this planet,
Mm-hmm.
minus maybe 5 or 6 in Paducah. But
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't go very far.
It ain't much different out there, man. Let me tell you. It's just different forms of the same shit.
Yeah. But Brookport, the original name was Polonia.
Oh,
Polonia. I don't know where that came from. It's not telling me.
it's a dude's name, I think. I think his name was Pell, and they just was like, well, this is Pell's place, so it's Polonia.
We do have Pell Road, Pell Cemetery.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Making sense now. I've lived here all my life, and I've never even thought twice about looking into this.
Yeah, like the origins of road names is sometimes pretty interesting.
And what's funny is they renamed Polonia to Brooklyn. And I'm like, oh, okay, didn't that already exist already in New York?
Yes.
But we're talking about in, 1855 when all this was going on, 1888.
Mm-hmm. Well, the whole state of Illinois isn't that old. I think it was only made in 1810 or something, 1800. Like, it's frequent. Most of the cities in town, I'm stuttering because I've got a point to make. Out in Phoenix, Arizona, when I was stationed there, there's like places in Phoenix that have a established 1950 on their sign. So yeah, like most of America ain't that old.
Yeah, for some reason, I kept thinking like, oh, it's always been around. It's been forever, but it's within the past,
Yep.
hundreds of years.
Yep.
And then from Brooklyn, and it was also a port town.
Yeah.
We're right on the Ohio River.
Yep.
So there are a lot of barge traffic used to come through here, river traffic, and the port. So they just took Brooklyn and the river port and called it Brookport.
Yeah. Well, like a lot of places throughout the river here was once port. Like the big thing was Cairo was going to be like the mecca of all of Illinois at one point because it was where the railroad met and the rivers met. So it was like a perfect thing. And then they built the Chicago Channel linking the Lake Michigan and the Illinois River, maybe. And then everything moved north, and Cairo died.
It's been dead for a long time.
I used to tell this joke to make CW's sister mad all the time because she was dating a kid from Cairo at the time. This is back when she was in high school. I'd always tell her, the kids in Cairo are going places, namely county lockup.
I can't tell you how many people now I see on YouTube driving around Cairo with their cameras out just going, look at the destruction of this place.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I can't believe this is a ghost town. It's completely empty here. There's not a person around. Yeah. There's people around. Give it a bit.
Yeah. You don't really see them out when you're driving through.
No. Where the hell are they going to go? The Family Dollar? There's nothing there.
There is a DG. There's actually 2 of them. There's one in town and there's one out of town.
Yeah, I heard the one out of town is the one you should go to rather than the one in town because in town gets robbed about every 15 to 30 minutes.
That's generous. But we had some friends that work for an inventory service that did say that it was the most robbed store in the region.
Yeah. Well, like what is like the closest place is Sykeston, Missouri, I think, to go shopping, and it's 40 minutes away. And then there's Paducah, which is an hour away, I think, and Metropolis, which is, I guess, 45, 50 minutes away. So it's like a dead zone. It's an economic dead zone if you ain't farming.
Yeah. Or you could go to Marion, Illinois, and that's another almost hour.
Yeah. So it's like, it is a economic dead zone. And the sad part is there's a lot of nice houses there that are just rotting. And
yeah.
You could buy them for on the cheap, but you're not going to keep them. I guarantee it. Cause there's nothing there. You can't make unless you're just like, isolation. I love looking at empty streets.
An isolationist's dream of you retire. You just want a nice quiet little place where there's nothing.
If I was rich, I would buy most of Cairo and turn it into almost like a theme park, a historical 1800s town and rebuild all like the trolleys that used to be there, repave all the streets in brick and stuff, put everything almost back the way it was before it collapsed, and make that like a little tourist area where people could come in and rent the 1800s hotel and all that crap.
That'd be nice.
But I am not rich.
Therein lies the problem.
And Illinois probably would not let me because they'd tax me to death. They'd be like, dude, I'm going to bring economy back to Cairo, Illinois if you just give me a little bit of time and effort. And I guarantee they'd squeeze my balls till they popped. I mean, there'd be nothing left of me. I'd be broke and right there living in the rundown hovel of Cairo, Illinois, right beside them. But yeah, I'd love to buy all that and convert it into that and be like, all right, if you want to live in this town, this is the standard by which it's going to be. It's all going to be in the 1800s style. It's all going to be like what a traditional and classic looking and stuff, like that sort of thing.
Yeah, we talked about architecture last week.
Yeah. Yeah, I cannot get it.
But I see what you're saying. There is a lot of historical buildings there that
going to rot.
Yeah.
Like there's still bullet holes in the courthouse from when they had the race riots down there. So I think the National Guard building still standing, and it's one of those that was like not Art Deco. I think it is a classic architecture with like actual like concrete eagles in it and all sorts of. It's a nice building,
yeah,
but it's just rotten, just going to rot. And anything not maintained will disappear.
The earth will take it back over.
Yeah.
And it's taken over a bunch of those houses, too. You can see, like, trees growing up through the middle of them.
Mm-hmm. Illinois does not do itself any favors either. Let's be honest here. It tries to drive out anyone trying to improve the state in any way.
Well, they wanted to add a new port place there in Cairo to bring back some jobs and vitalization to the area, but I think they squashed that.
Of course they did. Again, didn't grease the right palms in Illinois, so.
Because then I was thinking, like, ooh, then we can be slumlords. Swoop up some of those houses for pennies on the dollar, and then when the business, people move in.
Yeah. Oh, someone wants to do that. Someone's already wringing their little hands and pinching the pennies to get ready to do that, but it ain't going to be us.
No.
We too poor.
Not me.
We ain't got the right headgear, as they say.
They say you got to spend money to make money, but you also have to have money to make money.
Yeah, that's the bootstrap fantasy is just that, a fantasy. I don't know where people get off. Oh, man, you just got to. Now, like, again, how hard are you going to have to work? There's only 24 hours in a day. You physically cannot work any more than 24 hours. So even if you are getting paid a certain amount of money, like that's really good, you still can only work 24 hours in a day solid. It's not going to, an extra hour isn't going to appear. You're not going to be able to make any more money than 24 hours worth of pay. So it's like, even if you do bust your ass for an entire day, which is illegal, you physically cannot make any more than what 24 times whatever your base pay is. Mm-hmm. It's not possible. So you cannot work yourself out of this situation we put ourselves into. I know people, oh my God, I can't believe he's blah, blah, blah. Oh, shut up. You're an idiot. This is the reality of the situation. 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week. It's impossible. You can work yourself into an early grave. There's that old saying like, if hard work made you rich, the donkey would own the farm. The donkey don't ever own the farm. The hardest working mule ain't never going to own the farm, but the farmer owns the farm.
I mean, even the Japanese have a word for working yourself to death.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but the fact that they have a word specifically for that.
I thought I was going to learn something there. I was like, what's the word, Brad?
Well, Google machine. Everybody Google it.
Yeah, Google it. Learn, get the internet to teach you.
Leave it in the comments.
To quote a Bible, the water monsters are there. Which Bible? A Bible. Don't worry about it.
Take your pick.
Yeah, but it's hard to make people understand that hard work can only take you so far. You have to be smart working at the same time. You have to be investing that money and turning it into other assets. And like, I just can't teach economics here, man. I just can't do it. I can, but you ain't paying me to do it, so I'm not gonna do it. Buy my book that I haven't written yet.
What would be the title of your book?
Stop being an idiot.
I mean, it's to the point.
Step 1, shut the fuck up.
There is a lot of people that I've listened to over the years, even on the radio, not just podcasts themselves, but everybody's trying to tell you how to, be financially more responsible.
Those guys are mostly scamming people, man. Again, I'll tell you exactly how you do it for free right now. I'll give you all the things in the economic, what do you call that? The economic secrets to life right now is every time you're paid, you take 20% of it and you instantly invest it. You take another 10% and you instantly save it. You pay yourself first. If you worked 12 hours a day and you did not pay yourself first, you worked for free. If you are not investing that money, it's not doing anything for you. So why would you pay your bills, pay your mortgage, pay for all this other crap, your wants, your needs, before you pay yourself out and say, this is my money, it's going to make me money? That's what you have to do. And then you take that 10% and save it because you need a cushion to land on when things get bad.
Yeah, most people don't have that little extra, like if something goes wrong with your car or something, you need a new hot water heater or whatever. Nobody has like that extra cushion to fall back on.
Yeah, no, they don't. They don't plan for the bad times. They just think it's like, oh, I'll just keep going because I don't know what else to do. And then they're like, well, I need a vacation this year. And I've always wanted to see Disneyland. And I really, really need a new... No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't need any of that shit. You don't need to see Disneyland. Brother, you've seen it on TV. The experience is just you being hot and sweaty while looking at it. There's nothing different. You don't need a vacation to go someplace else. You know what a vacation was for me to get me to the point I'm at? I pretended to be unemployed for 2 weeks. I loved every damn minute of it.
The stay-at-home vacation?
Yes. I officially pretended I did not have a job. And it was the best. I saved money. I relaxed. I had a good time. Like, I go swimming. I go for a walk. All these things that I do is like what people do when they go 500 miles to Florida or whatever. It's like, man, you paid $10,000 to walk around and look at water. Brother, fill up the bathtub and make a lap. What do you...
Well, even though, like right now, we live in a world where we can just watch somebody on YouTube. We can live vicariously through their going out and doing. To me, it's like, all right, well, now that I know what's already there, they've showed it to me, I don't really have to go see it in person.
Yeah, like I've watched countless documentaries on places in the world. It's like, man, I've had the experience of the culture without any of the diarrhea. It's wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get food poisoning. I didn't drink the water and get sick. It was amazing. Can you believe I've seen the pyramids of Egypt and didn't get sick as a dog doing it?
At the Pizza Hut that's just right around the corner from the pyramids.
Yeah.
I believe there is a photo I saw once from from the Pizza Hut window. You can see the pyramids.
It's a 2-story Pizza Hut in view of the pyramids. Like that, I'm gonna blow a gasket here because like this is how sad and pathetic the world is. We've got a global market, as they call it, which is just globalism with fancy words. And you go to Egypt and you eat Pizza Hut, KFC, McDonald's, and you shop at Walmart. You go to Beijing, China, you eat Pizza Hut, KFC, McDonald's, and you shop at Walmart. It's hell on earth. There's no such thing as like individual cultures anymore, individual peoples. They're trying to force us into this giant like blender, turn us into a generic mess, and then dump us out into factories, basically, to do eternal slavery for them. There's no culture, there's no family, there's no religion. You consume, live to consume.
Not to bring Japan back into the mix, but you know how commercialized we've made Christmas.
Yeah.
You're bringing up KFC. Well, that's like the main staple meal, Christmas meal for the Japanese is a 10-piece.
Yeah, they have to prepare for that.
You got to call in advance.
Yeah, they got to order KFC in advance in Japan. It's like, man, Well, I mean, Christmas isn't technically a Japanese holiday, so it's like, it's hard for me to be butthurt about them celebrating Christmas with a, I guess, Americanized way, because it's what was given to them. I mean, they don't have the traditional culture of Christmas themselves, so
Yeah, it's just a winter festival, I guess,
yeah, yeah,
wrapped around KFC.
yeah. But that's how pathetic the world is. Is like, oh man, I can't wait to. Why are you traveling the world when you can go to the mall and eat KFC anyway? You just eat it after paying $2,000 to fly out to another country. It's like, wow. Like we went to Louisiana for the rock band thing, and I ate Popeye's chicken. Didn't eat any original Cajun food. Just was like, well, Popeye's chicken it is.
Well, Popeyes did originate in Louisiana, so I guess we were kind of at the center, the hub.
Yeah, I suppose I ate it in the heartland of Popeye's chicken. But I don't like Cajun food to begin with. So I was stationed in Louisiana before, and I was like, gumbo's kind of nasty. I don't want it. Thank you.
I don't like those little, what do they call them? The crawfish?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just something about it.
Yeah, I did. I was invited to a crawfish boil.
That is hard to say.
While stationed there, and I just ate the Spam sandwiches that the Filipino families made. I was like, damn, this is good Spam. I don't want no crawfish. I'll just eat the Spam.
Speaking of mysterious meat, I have a smoked bologna. I've been eating like a poor person, but I tell you what, though, it is really good.
Bro, smoked bologna ain't for poor people. That's a good shit.
That is really, really good.
Man, Banks has a smoked bologna, and I ate it once or twice. I was like, this is good as hell. I want more of this, and I never bought it again.
Yeah.
I was like, but I also have smoked ham here, which I like a lot more. But yeah, that shit's good, man. It's just, I again, I don't want to rant about how messed up the world is, because I'm sure everyone at home listening knows just how messed up the world is. But
anybody that pays attention to any news whatsoever on whatever platform you look at, even Facebook, it's every day I'm scrolling through going, well, something crappy happened here.
Yeah, you got to turn that crap off. It's just demoralizing. It's meant to drive you mad, and I'm like, I can't watch this crap anymore.
No, it's called creating engagement.
Oh,
which is what they want.
Yeah,
and so they will show you something.
Yeah,
on purpose, like, hey, check this out.
Yeah, and I hate them for it. I miss the days of Dan Rather where he just bored me to death with his news. Airplane crash today. 2,400 people died. The Knicks made the playoffs. It's just a silent march of information. It's like, thanks for letting me know. I wasn't mad. I wasn't happy. It was just like, yep, Dan Rather's on. He's telling me things are happening. Yep. Thank you, Dan Rather.
Things are happening. Now it's engagement everywhere, and every platform wants to keep that engagement. We want to keep your engagement.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about death and destruction for the next hour and a
half. Your life's a mess, and you can't get out of it. But I was going on a rant with that finances thing, and that was good information I was going to give away, and then I steered off of it. But that's the truth: is 20 and 10% of your money you should save and invest. If you make $10, 30 cents of that needs to be invested. 20% needs to be invested, and 10 cents needs to be saved for every $10 you make. That's just, you have no point in life if you're working and you're not making money or saving money.
It seems like every time, though, I basically live paycheck to paycheck. I can't seem to find the extra income. I did stop one of my vices.
Oh.
A couple years back, and I always thought, if I had the money over the years that I've spent on said vice, there's no telling how much money I could have saved and built up or invested, or shoot, I could have bought a Lamborghini probably.
Yeah. Well, hindsight's always 20/20. I mean, you never want to know, like, no one ever goes, yeah, that's a bottomless pit. I better jump into it with both feet. No one ever thinks that. It's always like a little slide into things. It's never noticeable. So that sort of thing's forgiven. It's whenever you can't figure out that you're on a downhill slide and you just keep going, or when you know you're on it and you're like, well, full speed ahead, that's when things is like, you need to stop and rethink things. But it isn't easy to save money. It isn't like, I get the paycheck to paycheck thing because I've done it before myself. It's like, how do you save when your grocery is $100 and your rent is $400 and you only make $450? How do you save money? It's like, well, you have to realize that one thing or another has to give, because you're not going to get ahead that way. You're not going to ever get ahead just maintaining. You have to figure out, what can I cut out, or what can I juggle in order to save that money. It's like, if the mortgage is due every month and they'll accept it every other month, technically you can kick the can down the street and save money every other month. And it's like, well, you have to look at it as like, that's my money. In order for me to get ahead, I have to make that money make me money. I can't give it to someone else because it's going to make them money and I'm going to still be in debt. So you have to be like, all right, you're going to have to wait. I don't care how much you cry. I don't care how much you want it. Threaten all you want. I know there's court proceedings that has to come before me getting kicked out. That's what you got to do. You got to be a bastard sometimes. And yeah, it'll get you a lot of negative like looks, but ultimately it's either that or poverty. I mean, there's no other way.
But it seems like the more money that you make, the cost of living goes up with that.
Mm-hmm.
So for a lot of people, I'm sure it's just like, well, still can't rub two nickels together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because, you have to fight for raises, too. Yeah. And again, I'm going to talk to people, and there's like this weird knee-jerk reaction, but it's like, you have to unionize. You have to say, all right, all of us are going to walk out unless we get a raise. You can't just be like, there's an American, like, infatuation with being the lone wolf cowboy. Where like, I got everything by myself. I'm rugged individual. But that ain't the way the world works. Ain't no one ever been a rugged individual and won anything. I mean, that's all cowboy comfort bullshit. It just doesn't work. You have to organize. You have to come together. Our ancestors knew this well enough that, like, they would organize and build a wall around their houses, because if they didn't, the people who did organize were going to come and take all their stuff and kill them. And somehow, in the process of Americanization, as I'm going to call it and dub it right now, we lost that survival instinct of unity, and we can't make people get it back because they're not pressed to the point they have to have it back.
Well, the unity part is, I've heard a story of a dead guy in the middle of the sidewalk in New York City, and people were just walking over him, around him. One guy picked his pocket.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you tear a people apart and remove their culture and try to shoehorn the entire world in. But that, again, that's individualism. There's no collective culture. There's no collective identity. There's no, like, intelligent with anything. It's just, screw that guy. He's not me. Which don't get you anywhere. Because eventually it will be you. There's always a bigger fish and there's always a richer person, and once the standard gets to the point where you're the poor person, guess what? They're going to be stepping over you and picking your pockets. So you have to organize. You have to form a cohesive unit. Community is important.
That's why we need to bring Brookport back on the map.
I've looked around Brookport and she's a pretty sore sight. I gotta say.
It's the church to bar ratio back in the day used to be about the same. And when I was little, it was probably 4 or 5 of each.
Yeah. Well, heck, like, that is crazy. Yeah, there was a church on every corner and a bar across the street is basically what it was. And, like, every denomination had a church here, and, like, that was, like, one of the things that led me to believe, go on this sort of discovery of what's wrong with the world. It's like, why are churches disappearing? Why are bars disappearing? Why are... because people ain't stopping drinking, and people ain't stopping believing in God, according to the media. So why is the church disappearing? Why is the bar disappearing? And those were things that were cohesive and allowed a watering hole and gathering point for people to have a community. So things were changed intentionally. Now you can go to the supermarket and pick up your beer and drink it at home. So now you don't drink with anybody else. It's no longer a communal spot.
You can even have it delivered to your front door, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I know you can.
Yeah, you can.
I worked for a particular liquor store chain in Paducah that would do that to the local area within a so many mile radius of the store. We could just deliver your liquor to you.
Yeah. I think DoorDash will deliver liquor to you.
Probably.
As long as you got like an ID and everything, or like you're on file as being above the age of 21 or whatever, which is weird, man. It used to be such a thing to be like, well, I have to go into the liquor store and present my ID and all that crap.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, the presenting your ID when you went into the adult bookstore that we worked at.
Yeah.
I made that a game because everybody was like, really?
Yeah.
I'm like 55. I was like, I don't care. I need to see your ID.
Yeah. I did the same thing. Like anyone that walked in the door, I was like, I have to see your ID. Really?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not joking.
It's policy.
Yeah. I kicked a Brookport cop out for walking in there and this is no current Brookport cop is who I'm talking about. This is 15 years ago.
We don't really have cops.
Yeah. I don't guess not. You're right. But this guy came in and I was like, hey, how you doing? I need to see your ID before you come in. And he goes, oh, does that offend you? I was like, no, it's just the policy. I have to see your ID. What are you going to do if I don't? Then I'm going to tell you have to leave, idiot. It's trespassing. He's like, he showed me his badge. He goes, what do you think now? I said, I still need to see your ID. Your badge ain't your ID, idiot. He never came back. He stormed off. I was like, well, if you're going to be shitty to me, you're trespassing. So get the hell out. I have the right to refuse service to anyone, including officers of the law that want to go crank their hog in the back rooms.
And not present an ID.
Yeah, it's law, buddy. You are law enforcement. How are you giving me crap about enforcing the law?
Maybe it was a sting operation. He was like, ooh, I'm going to get this guy for not checking my ID.
Well, he was a Brookport cop. He might have been moonlighting in Paducah, too. Who knows, man?
Like I said, all the cops here are part-time now.
Yeah, well, back then they were part-time, too. I remember I did a ride-along with the old Brookport chief of police. Like, I was like, I kind of want to be a cop. He was like, okay. He's like, well, I'll hire you. I said, all right. And he was like, well, you're going to have to pay your own way into police academy.
Nope.
And then you're going to have to do, I was like, whoa. You think I'm going to pay to go to police academy myself to come back and make $10 an hour? Fighting drunks and meth heads in Brookport.
Wait. $10 an hour?
I think their pay was like $12 when I was hiring in.
But what year was this? Because now $12 you wouldn't even blow your nose at.
That was over when we were living in George Street. So I don't remember when that was. That was right before I started at the plant the first time. So that was probably 2012, 2013.
Oh, okay. So not too terribly long ago.
No, but they didn't make any money, man. He was telling me like how bad the current cops were. He's like, one of them sleeps on the couch all night and has the other one do paperwork for him. And I was like, oh. He's like, if I hire you, you have to do your own paperwork. I said, that's not a problem. I'm not afraid of writing with the pen. I mean, ain't no big deal. And the other one made him go on patrol for him. I'm probably shitting on two current cops here.
We don't know who they are. We don't know where they are.
Yeah, I'm not mentioned any names. I don't even know their names. I don't even remember the chief of police's name from back in the day, but yeah, it was kind of eye-opening. I was like, why in the hell would I want to do this? So then I applied over at Paducah, and they're like, yeah, we can't hire you. You got post-traumatic stress disorder. I was like, well, there goes my dreams. I guess I'll become a drug dealer. No,
it's probably better money, honestly.
It is.
Now the state of Illinois has become legal drug dealers.
Yeah. I don't like that trend either. I'm sure there's a few people listening that are going to disagree with me, but I don't like it because it's not done Metropolis any good. Excuse me.
Just like the casino?
Yeah, the casino did not really improve Metropolis. All it's done is led to more homelessness, and the money was supposed to come floating magically all over all of us and improve the entire situation. And we got a Superman statue and a new roads. The entrance to Metropolis did widen. That's right.
And they had some nice brick paved sidewalks there on Market Street.
Yeah.
I think it was. And that's about it. That's all I saw. Brand new Superman statue.
Yeah. Well, I guess it helped that tourism a little bit, but man, considering there's homeless people sleeping in the streets of Metropolis now everywhere, and I don't remember anyone being homeless back in the day. I'm sure there were, but
they hid it well, or they hid well in the park.
Yeah, but now they literally everywhere, man. I don't consider that a boon.
One of my buddies lives over there in Metropolis, and he says like every morning about 6 or so, they all congregate up at the Hucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember like going to work in the morning when I was working at the plant, just seeing like piles of people in front of it was called the Ghetto BP. I don't know what place it is now, but it was the Ghetto BP. Just seeing them all stacked up in front of like the door. I was like, I don't remember this 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Maybe I wasn't looking, but
yeah, it just seems like it's more prevalent and they're out in the open right now.
Yeah. Yeah. A horrible world we live in.
When I worked at that liquor store in Paducah, I was at the south side at this particular time, and there was a gentleman that would come in. He lived under a bridge. And he'd come in after he, would scrape enough money up to get a tall boy or whatever. He'd get his stuff and then go back under the bridge.
Jesus. Like, even at my most destitute, I at least had a floor to crash on. I felt good about, and I could not imagine sleeping under a bridge and just the only thing you got to look forward to is enough money for a liquor bottle.
Yeah, it keeps you warm at night,
I guess. As they say, build a man a fire, you'll keep him warm for one night, set him on fire, and he's warm for the rest of his life.
We need to add a rim shot to our soundboard.
Yeah. I don't even know how to work the soundboard.
But we could have like a dad joke segment.
I've got plenty. I had one that was earlier that I thought up that was great, and I've already forgot it. Another immortal thing lost to time.
But speaking of, Brookport adjacent Metropolis and their numerous weed stores.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're getting all that tax money, but it's all going up north.
Yeah.
To do what? What's it doing up there?
Slipping into Chicago people's pockets. Going to fund the Leering Center of Somali immigrants or whatever the hell's going on up there.
It seems like we should be benefiting off of the tax revenue that it's generating, because I am always seeing people there. I mean, as soon as the door opens, they are lined up outside already. Driving over there was lines going out of Thrive and shit when I was driving. It's like, well, there's money coming in, but where's it going? It sure as hell ain't going in anyone's pockets around here, so where's it going? Up north.
Up north.
And see, nobody talks about the state capital. Like, that should be where all the, you think the corruption is happening, but everything always gets put up to Chicago.
Chicago rules this entire area, and it is hell on earth. Scruff McGruff of Chicago, Illinois, could you do a little less worrying about Saturday mornings and bust some motherfuckers right next door? Could you stop telling us Scruff McGruff of Chicago, Illinois?
60652.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Take a bite out of crime. How about you take a bite out of crime? They're right next door to you. Go get them.
But we've been to Springfield. We've been to the Capitol a few times.
Yeah, and I don't remember a thing about it. I remember one building has something to do with Abraham Lincoln, and past that, I don't have a clue. I don't remember a single feature of Springfield, Illinois.
See, I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
Good grief.
Why in the hell were we in Springfield?
It was the ICTC,
Oh, yeah.
the Illinois Teen Christian Convention.
Yes.
Illinois Christian Teen Convention. I said that wrong.
God, those were horrible. That was a cult. What a cult-like behavior that was.
Hey, that was fun.
Up and down.
Up and down, not side to side.
Yeah. Hey, guys, do you want to hear Five Iron Frenzy? What was that other one?
Now we're Jars of Clay.
Hi, we're Jars of Clay.
The wildest intro to any band that I have ever seen in my life. Hey, we're Jars of Clay.
Hi, we're Jars of Clay. And if I can't sleep after 40.
Yeah, they did have a, top 40 hit,
Mm-hmm.
but that was it.
Yeah,
And then the most boring band after that to watch live.
I don't even remember what the band was. I know there was Five Iron Frenzy, which was the punk ska band. That was like up and down, never side to side, guys.
No mosh pits.
No mosh pits, guys. Up and down. And then there's Jars of Clay, and I don't remember the third band at all.
I'll remember it later on tonight when it's
Yeah.
not relevant anymore. I'm good at that.
I'll wake up 2 days later in a cold sweat at 3 a.m. and scream out their name. That's who they were. I remember them now.
The Newsboys.
Yeah.
That's who it was.
Was it?
Newsboys, I believe.
Bro, I don't even remember that name.
I remember it because they had a drum duet, and me being a drummer, that stuck out. That stuck out in my head.
Man, I have no musical aptitude, so nothing stuck out about any of those bands to me other than like me looking around and being like, why are people enjoying this? This is mediocre.
I remember going to the classes that they had along with it, and we would always go to the music class.
Uh-huh.
And basically all it was what kind of secular music do you like? And here's a Christian counterpart that sounds like them.
And then they didn't sound a thing like
And of course, we would always sit in the back and be like, 9 Inch Nails,
Yeah.
Korn,
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson. You're like,
Oh,
okay, guys. Okay, here's something that sounds like Marilyn Manson.
here's a band that sounds vaguely. They speak the English language and use instruments, so they're sort of in the ballpark.
No, it didn't hit the same.
No. As Hank Hill famously said, you didn't make Christianity better, you made music worse when you combine the two things.
Now, today there are some pretty good Christian bands, but they're over in the hardcore metal side,
Uh-huh.
and you can't really hear or understand the lyrics anyway, so they could be saying anything.
Yeah. Well, like a lot of metal bands, unless they're just screaming, I worship Satan, is like so vague it could be about anything. It's like, yeah, it might be a Christian band. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I suffer for my feelings. He might be Christian. He might be Satanist. He might just be constipated. I don't know, man. Who knows? He's mad as hell and wrote a song about it. Thank goodness he's an excellent musician.
Hey, screamers, it takes a lot to do that. Honestly, I
can't scream. I can't
I
sing.
don't know how they do that. I can play music. I can play the guitar a little bit, the bass a little bit, drums a little bit, keyboards a little bit, but that screaming stuff is not for me. Vocal cords aren't set up that way.
I can play dead. That's really all I can play. I can't play a single instrument. I never learned. I never had any talent for it. So it is what it is.
Well, the music program in our Brookport school system was, it was something.
It was mediocre.
There wasn't a lot of money to go around. Like
No.
my brother, he is a high school band director in a town about 40 minutes south of Chicago. So there's a lot of money going around through this school. So a lot of kids get interested, and they have like the best of the best to work with. And so then, that probably sparks a lot of interest. But
Yeah.
when we were coming up, there wasn't a lot of money to go around
No.
in the school system for the music program. So it's like basically you're hitting a wooden block with a stick, and you're like, well,
I didn't even get to do that. All of Brookport's music program was come in and we listened to Boys to Men for 45 minutes straight. And that was the musical program. It's like, man, can I just go take a nap? I'd rather be taking a nap than listening to Boyz II Men for the 300th time.
Don't you be shitting on Boys to Moon now?
You know, I know it's hard to say goodbye to yesterday, but I'd like to say goodbye to this freaking song already. Can we listen to something else? Anything else?
No, like, yeah, music class was just singing, but like I took band.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I figured out that hitting something with a stick, I could get away with that. In any like woodwind or brass instrument, we had to. I just no. Didn't make sense.
I asked Miss Copeland, who was our music teacher, one time to teach me to play piano, and she refused. And I was like, well, that was my foray into music, so to hell with it. But, well, we're at the 56-minute mark, so we're going to take a short break and let you stretch your legs while we stretch ours. And we'll come back shortly after. We'll see you then. We're the Brookport Best Friends podcast. See you shortly. Welcome back. We are the Brookport Best Friend podcast for hour 2 of our show. I'm Brian.
I'm Brad.
And you are listening to the Brookport Best Friends podcast. As we said before the break, we were talking about the Brookport music program and how shitty it was, and how Miss Copeland refused to teach me piano. And
well, she taught me piano, but Mom was paying.
That might have been it
for the lessons.
I was just too poor to learn.
Well, I only took 2 years of piano, like first and second grade. So it was Mary Had a Little Lamb and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure it wasn't that much.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it'd be kind of neat to learn piano. And then I was like, can you teach me? She goes, no, go sit down. Okay.
Yeah, but knowing us at that age back then, I would have probably said the same thing.
I'm getting exasperated here. Because it's like, look at the environment you created for us. Oh, you're a bad kid. Lady, you have been playing Boyz II Men for this class every single music period for at least 5 years. Yes, we are bored to tears. Yes, we are madder than hornets because there's nothing happening. This is not music. You're just asking us to sing, that and Looks Like Rain on Sunny Lane over and over again.
And us, since we went to 2 different schools, Brookport has Unity and Brookport School.
Yeah.
And she was bouncing back and forth between the 2.
Yeah.
So I think she saved the Gonna Rain in Sunny Lane for you all. We never got to sing that.
Oh, consider yourself privileged.
I mean, I was like, hey, I kind of feel left out.
I don't remember the lyrics to it at all other than Looks Like Rain on Sunny Lane. And I was like, I hate this song. Like, even if it had potential to be a good song, I hate it because I've sung it since 2nd grade.
Or the 110 Soldier Rides Away or something like that. I can't remember that one either.
I was like, why is she having us sing 110 Soldier Rides Away or whatever? Like, I'm again, grade school is a waste of time. I hate it. Nothing made sense. It's just there to make kids hate their life. That's all it is. But
something to do while your parents are at work.
Yeah, like PE was like, I hated when they tried to teach us like how the heart works. I was like, can we just go back to playing basketball? Can we just go do push-ups and run in circles?
No, I don't want to learn. I want to play. That's the point.
This is the break time for us. This is second recess, basically. So let us run around in circles till we puke. I don't care, as long as it's fun.
I mean, it wasn't until high school that we got to pretty much choose what we wanted to do, and we just did that every day.
Yeah, and even then, it wasn't much of a choice. It was like, do you want to go to art and get talked down to by a certain art teacher, or do you want to go to ag and do whatever? I never got into ag, so I have no idea what they did.
Nah, me neither.
I got into auto mechanics and stuff in high school, and I was like, oh, crap, this is awesome. Auto mechanics, shop class was all awesome.
Was that still on campus, or did you have to go to Joppa for that one?
No, that was on campus. I think that was what do you call it? Auto body that went to Joppa. Auto mechanics stayed in.
Okay. See, I did neither, so I wasn't really sure. I just remember.
Man, it was 2 hours long, and generally you learned a little bit, and then you were free to do whatever you wanted. It was pretty awesome.
I probably should have done something skill-wise, because now if I get a flat tire, I'm like, okay, now what?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a shop was awesome too, man. Darby Ryan was a pretty good shop teacher, I gotta say. He was all right, dude.
Yeah, my dad taught me shop. It was usually, here, hold this.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, it wasn't just hold the flashlight while he works in shop class. It was like, all right, today we're going to learn to plank wood, and you run it through the planker. And I loved that. So that was my favorite part of it. I planked it like wood nonstop.
So you liked planking?
I loved planking. It was so, like, I had a Beavis moment where I was pushing everything through the planker. Like, hey, let's run the telephone through the planker. Let's see if it comes out flat. But, man, I was just pushing wood through there. Oh, shit, this is awesome. And I got in trouble because I took the air hose that we used to clean ourselves off of the sawdust at the end of the day, and I stuck it into the handle of the welding torch, or the welding cart, and shot the handle across. It was a rocket. It shot like way. He had a wood storage area above the class, and I shot the handle all the way up there on top of that. It was like 50 feet. I was like, that was awesome. Oh, I better abandon ship, because he said, well, where did the handle go to the welding cart?
Did you get in trouble for it?
I got a cuss word said at me, but there was no trouble, because I think ultimately he thought it was pretty cool too. Oh. He saw it shoot across the thing. And he was like, "You stuck the air hose in the damn handle, didn't you?" I was like, "Yeah, it was cool." He's like, "Well, I got to go up there and get it."
At least you didn't get in trouble for it.
No, again, he was pretty cool about stuff. As long as you weren't doing anything dangerous and like completely stupid, he was usually like, "Don't do that, you effing idiot," or something like that.
Because wasn't there a time where you like lived in school suspension?
Yes, that was junior high.
Junior high, okay.
Yeah,
not so much high school.
High school was a bit more humanitarian than grade school for me. Yeah, they put me in school suspension for an entire year, which is basically locking a kid in solitary confinement. And I did not kill or murder or do any crimes other than not doing homework. And they put me in school suspension for a year.
That makes no sense.
No, like even like 7th grade, like Miss Davis locked me in, didn't lock it, but shut me up in like a plain white closet and didn't let me out for like months. Every day I get off the bus and have to go straight to that. Couldn't go to recess. Had to take my meal in there. And it was like, yeah, I was being punished as if I had committed a crime.
What was the punishment for? Like,
it didn't do my homework.
That doesn't make any sense.
No. She was like, well, you're going to, well, here's what happened. I didn't do my homework. And then she got mad at me because I was like, well, I mean, I know my stuff right here in class. Like I passed my test or whatever. So I know it. So what's the purpose of doing homework? And she was like, well, you still got to do it. I said, well, number one, I'm just hitting puberty, so that answer no longer fucking cuts it in my mind. Like I'm adult enough to know that you're full of crap with this. Number two, if I've done 8 hours of school already, why am I taking it home and doing another 2 hours for free, basically? And so she's like, well, you're going to write in the encyclopedia every day at recess. You're going to copy the encyclopedia. Do you start doing your homework? I said, bet. I did not. I didn't go to recess, but I did not write a single thing. I wrote my name on a piece of paper and handed it to her every day. I said, it's there. It's just invisible ink. And that was apparently a smart aleck thing to do. So she put me in school suspension for, like, again, the entire year. Like, I didn't see my classmates that entire time.
Just for not doing homework.
If she is dead, I'm sure she's got the best bench in hell, and she's just sitting there waiting for the bus. I do not like that woman. She broke Melissa Shepard's hand in 7th grade. Like, whipping her. This woman was such a horrible teacher. I probably shouldn't be naming names, but I'm gonna. But she tried to beat this girl who was my classmate, spank her, and she broke her hand with a paddle. Like, literally broke it. That's what type of teacher this person was.
Well, was she trying to, like, block the
I
paddle?
think so. She reached back, and the teacher kept whipping. And it broke her hand. And I think Melissa Shepard's mom came up there and was ready to put the boots to her medium style, if you know what I mean. You know, rearrange her teeth a little bit. And that was the reason why they stopped paddling at Brookport School.
Yeah, I remember corporal punishment still being a thing whenever I was in there. I never got paddled, but...
Bro, I don't think there was a day went by that I did not get paddled up until that point. The 7 years of being beat by strangers, it's like it lost its effect by like year 4. So it's like, I guess that's why they started putting me in solitary confinement.
Like, well, we can't beat him. So.
Yeah, he does it. He just gets angry. What's wrong with this kid?
I remember Miss Copeland paddling somebody back in, I think it was 2nd grade. And she started crying afterwards.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, some people love it. Some people, they're not made for it.
I think certain teachers, it was the highlight of their day.
Like, who am I going to whoop today?
Yeah. Which one of these little kids am I going to get to beat on? I make less than minimum wage, and I'm a horrible bitch. It's time to beat a kid.
Yeah, the pay thing for teachers is ridiculous, too.
Yeah.
And then having to go and buy all the school supplies and stuff themselves.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of things like that, but at the same time, it's like, how is that the kids' fault? Why are you taking it out on the kids?
Because they can.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, and they love kids without parents that gave a crap. I know that much. Because I was one of them, and they just took every ounce of aggression out on me. There's certain teachers who are great. I mean, I ain't going to lie. It ain't going to be like I had 12 plus years of getting the hell beat out of me in misery. But, like, there's a lot of teachers who were really, really good people. Like Debbie Christensen, who was good. Your mom was a teacher's assistant. She was good. There was a teacher's assistant in 6th grade who was really good to me, too. I can't even remember her name, and I hate that. Because it's like, man, that woman was really nice to me and was really good, tried to look out for me. Every time I had homework, she tried to help me do it before I got on the bus. That's how dedicated that woman was. And I wish I could remember her name to give her a shout out and say that was a good person. But then on the other end, there's Miss Frazier and Miss Davis. Miss Frazier pulled me by my hair into the hallway and hit me in the back 3 or 4 times with the paddle before she found my ass. That was in kindergarten.
Kindergarten?
Yeah. And my sin was looking at Frank Burris and saying, "Can I borrow a pencil?" And she did that. She pulled me, grabbed me by my hair, yanked me up out of the little wooden chairs kindergartners sit on, pulled me into the hallway, and she had her paddle in the other hand, and she just struck me in like the upper back, then the middle back, then the lower back, and finally got to my butt.
Just working her way down.
Yeah.
That.
I told you to be quiet. And that's how she talked. I think she ate cigarettes instead of smoked them. She dressed like a 1912 school marm, and it was 1980.
She wasn't a former nun, was she?
I have no idea.
I hear they like to paddle.
I'm pretty sure that she was, in fact, the tutor of Jesus Christ, because she was ancient. She was Babylonian. I know that much. She had taught in the first pyramid. That's how old she was. She was ancient, and she was a horrible person. Again, she's dead. I can't say that. She's probably a vampire. Because she was ancient when I was a kid. She was mummified. The mummy's curse was beating kindergartners, and that was all she looked forward to in life. And she beat the hell out of me like bi-weekly.
That's what kept her going.
Yeah, it was that. It was the misery and tears of kindergartners that sustained her all this time.
Oh, man, I can't stop laughing at that.
I can't grasp any other reason to want to yank a kindergartner up and whip him. Like, I'm trying not to cuss, but it's going to slip out because I hate this woman with a passion. It's like, bitch, you signed up to teach kindergarten, and you're mad because you got kindergartners?
My kindergarten, I think I was there at Brookport for 1 or 2 days, and then went to Unity.
You should thank your lucky stars.
So I got Mrs. Christensen.
Yeah, see, that's a good teacher.
And then my mom was in there helping. So that wasn't not good. I was like, oh, Mom.
Well, it's like, you know, there's none of this. You're going to get it when you get home because it's like, well, you already know you got it at school. So,
yeah.
But, like, I wish I'd have went to Unity for kindergarten. Then I wouldn't have had a Hildy Frazier, apparently freaking Methuselah's ancestor.
Yeah, I can't even remember much of what went on. I just remember not wanting to eat the green eggs and ham. That was about it. I cried and cried and cried.
I remember at Brookport they had this little wooden train set, and it was like I thought that was the coolest freaking thing because you could like piece it together, and it was almost like a Lincoln Logs but for trains or something like that. Like you'd lay out the track and you could design your own courses. I was like, yo, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I wanted to play with it so bad, and I'd always try to bring it out during our little playtime or whatever in kindergarten. She'd be like, no, put that up. Oh, well, it's here. Can I not play with this? Can I play with the Lincoln Logs? No, go sit down. Okay. I guess I'll sit down and have a nice cup of go fuck myself. How about that?
I remember Lucas was in the same kindergarten at Brookport. I don't think he lasted that long there either.
I don't.
He drank the white milk.
Yeah, and it was fucking expired.
And it came right back up.
Yeah, dude. That first day of Brookport school every year was like you're getting last year's milk because they haven't gotten new milk in.
Well, we left it outside all summer. It still should be good.
Yeah, shit was chunky.
This is cottage cheese, sir.
Yeah, I had the same experience. I drank the milk the first whatever week there, and I vomited all over. And ever since then, I was like, I can't have any liquids at lunch because it's either milk or nothing. I even was like, can I get a little plastic cup to have water in? No. Can I not drink out of the lead pipes? Are they not? Because that's what the school had was lead pipes and asbestos.
Yeah, I believe it. And the flooding.
Yeah, the bottom floor of the school flooded every year it rained. Like springtime was like, yeah, here comes the rotten sewage up through the floor.
Oh, great. We get to go home early?
Mm-hmm. Here's your graduation bonus for 3rd grade. Malaria.
And fun fact, that grade school used to be a high school.
Yep. And the place across the road from it was a grade school. And I don't have anything past that.
I don't either. I was just going to say my mom graduated there when it was a high school. And then after that, they turned it into the grade school.
Yeah. They still had all like the trophies from high school basketball in the lobby, the main hallway. When I went there and I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, I think all these kids are in high school. Like, where's the grade school trophies? There wasn't any. The grade school athletic department did not go anywhere ever.
And so I guess then across the street, you said used to be the grade school.
Yeah.
Is that where the running the gauntlet of the broken glass?
Yes.
Is that what that building was?
Yeah.
I didn't ever really.
Yeah, that was the Crocodile Mile, but instead of water, there was blood. You'd run down that little hallway, and it was nothing but broken bottles and glass, and at the very end, there was a pit of glass. It was just like an inch or two of solid broken glass everywhere. I fell into it. It's the first time I ever had to have stitches.
Oh.
I had 109 stitches in my left arm from
What?
falling into that when I was in 4th grade, I think. Racing a kid named Brian Pate. And I was running down that little hallway, and me and him were neck for neck, and I hit, like, the cracks in it was all uneven.
Yeah.
And my toe stubbed one of those, like, mid-race. I stumbled, and it was right at the end, and I literally just face planted right into the glass in the pit. And there's, like, glass sticking out of my arm, and it's like, I'm probably got AIDS at that point. I mean, there was a dog skull at the end of the course, too.
Broken glass, dog skulls. This does not sound like a school playground.
It wasn't. It was basically maximum security prison for children.
Because the rest of it I remember was blacktop
Yes.
or metal.
Yes. Oh God, man. That was an oven going down that slide. I mean, your ass cheeks were blistered if you got to the bottom. Midsummer, holy crap. Well, school let out in May, but that was more than enough time for that slide to become so, and it started in August. That slide was hot enough to cook bacon on.
Oh yeah.
And the freaking chain, they were not steel chains, but rusty like iron chains for the swings.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you get your fingers pinched in those damn chains and you get tetanus, and it was less a school and more of a proving ground. You didn't learn nothing other than how to survive.
The mean streets of Brookport, or should I say the playground of Brookport.
The fists of kids was the soft part of the playground. Everything else was just designed to hurt and kill you.
And we survived.
Mm-hmm.
And that is in and of itself a feat of,
Bro, there's so many stories I could tell about, like, kids getting messed up on that playground. Like, so here's one. Here's a hot ticket. Back in probably 6th grade, we had all the kids had taken up popping leaves. They put the leaves over their hand, and then they slap their palm on the top of their hand, and it'd make a pop sound, and the leaf would pop. Well, a bunch of kids went to the tree in the back next to the pile of glass and the dog skull altar that someone built. And they started taking leaves off that tree and popping it. Well, they got in, and Josh, Josh Dykes, told a story about him face planting and eating concrete, had stuffed a bunch of those leaves down his shirt, and he was popping them in class, and everyone thought it was great. And he gets home and he swells us up like as big as a balloon, because it turned out that tree had died around 20 years ago and now was a solid piece of poison oak.
Oh no.
So everyone had like the most irritated skin rash known to man, and Josh was like, it was on his eyes, it was in his mouth, it was down his shirt, I think a little was down his pants, and he was just ate up. I think he stayed out of school for like a week. Jeez. Just bathing in calamine lotion. So yeah, there was a dedicated tree of woe composed entirely of poison oak at this school. And it crippled an entire class before anyone discovered it. That was one hell of a year.
So everybody got poison oak.
Yes, everyone. I was one of the fortunate few that didn't. Like, I don't know how it happened. I don't even think I did the pop game. I discovered it too late. Like, I was in class looking back at Josh popping like the leaves, and I was like, damn, that's cool. I wish I'd have got a leaf while I was out there. And it turns out fate had spared me that day. That's all that kept me from getting poison oak too.
So not being a part of the trend saved you in the end.
Oh yeah, it wasn't for a lack of desire. I just didn't know about it at the time.
It's like, what's going on with these people? Oh, like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, these motherfuckers. Because my grandma, who was raising me, was like, "Did you pop any leaves at school? Because Josh has poison oak all over him." I was like, "Did I? I don't think I did," which I didn't. And she was like, "Well, you don't do that. There's poison oak everywhere." I said, "Okay, I don't know what poison oak is." Well, they finally had to chop that tree down and give it mercy. And when they did, they were like, "This is just one giant poison oak vine."
Oh, God.
And it was like 30, 40 feet tall. It was taller than the school. No one had bothered to say, that doesn't look like a regular tree.
So we got asphalt, broken glass, poison oak,
Oh, yeah.
and a principal that would spin the merry-go-round so fast that you'd fly off.
Oh, yes, Mr. Ritchie, who is still alive and is on Facebook. Yeah, he'd spin that thing so fast, it was like, oh, my God.
No, I did feel like I was going to fly off a couple of times, but
I've never been a fan of that sort of stuff, so I was like, I don't want nothing to do with that.
well, knowing your history with carnival rides,
Yeah.
yeah, I can imagine.
I don't like things that move automatically and spin.
See, I never had an issue with that. I always, it was exciting. It never made me nauseous or sick or anything.
Dude, I get sick as a dog. Like, I don't even like riding with somebody driving and they're doing too many turns. That's how bad it is.
No, yeah.
I just like, it's coming up and it's coming out one end or the other. There ain't no stopping it. But yeah, he pushed that thing so fast that, like, I was like, you slip under there, you're dead. Because you're getting trampled by 36 graders and a principal pushing as hard as it can. It is a meat grinder. It is nothing but broken, uneven concrete and steel spinning at 65 miles an hour.
Well, it felt like that at the time.
Yeah.
It really did.
Like, I got on it once and I jumped off and it flung me so hard I hit the fence. And it was a good 12 feet away, which the fence was, again, a chain link fence, so it wasn't soft. I just bounced off, landed on my back. I was like, oh, that's the end for me. Yeah. Back to basketball. Oh, man. I was about to tell a story about something I done brain farted right in the middle of it, related to the meat grinder. Yeah, it was inevitable. One of the kids, it did grind up underneath there, and he had to go for stitches.
Oh, man.
I don't remember who he was or what the situation. I know he was in the center, which is wherever all the kids would get and hold onto the pole and push as fast as they could.
Yeah.
And he was doing that, and apparently he tripped. And of course, again, you got a pack of 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, and none of them are concerned with the well-being of each other. And they just kept going, and he's just getting, like, drug underneath.
Drug and hit by the bars.
Yeah.
That's not good.
And he got out from under it when it finally stopped. And I guess somebody heard the screaming, and it was just like his chest was all bloody and shredded. It looked like hamburger meat.
So he got road rash.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it's like, number one, why would you invent such a death trap and put it on concrete to begin with? That's
because fun. That's why.
Yeah.
We got survival of the fittest.
The kids love visits to the ER. Let's make sure that they have as many as possible.
You got to keep the doctor's offices open.
Well, I don't see how Brookport wasn't just a permanent resident of Massac Memorial. Like, they just do field trips. Like, all right, go ahead, bring out your broken bones and scars and stitch them up.
Yeah, every week they just drop every kid off and just go, all right, see what's wrong.
The monkey bars are like, the monkey bars, not the jungle gym, which is the big tall tower, like where you one hand over the other and climb across. The welding was so shoddy on it, like it still had spar sticking up on the welds.
Oh, yeah.
And your hand could hook on that shit and it'd split your hand wide open.
Yeah.
How do I know?
Let me guess. How many more stitches did you need?
I didn't need stitches, but I probably should have. But I grabbed a hold of one of those welds, like holding on with one hand, and like it caught one of my fingers and it scarred it up good. Holy crap. Cut it wide open. Blood was going everywhere. And I, of course, bellowed as if I'd been shot. And of course, the teacher was like, well, what do you want me to do about it?
A Band-Aid, maybe?
I don't know.
Neosporin?
your MFing job. How about that? There is a school nurse. I'm not familiar with who she is, but I know he's somewhere here.
Did they have a nurse?
I don't know. I think one of the teachers' aide filled in as that every so often. So I don't even think they had a dedicated nurse.
Now that you say that, I don't remember anybody being a dedicated school
There
nurse.
was certain staff at the school that I had no clue what they did. Like, they weren't a teacher, they weren't an aide, they weren't a principal. I mean, there was Jerry the janitor. Everyone knew what he did. And then there's a woman called Miss Pawsow, and she was down in the basement. And I don't have a clue what her job was or what her title was. She wasn't a nurse.
I don't even remember that name.
I only remember it because I had to go down there and take a test one time. And it was like an IQ test or something, because I think they thought I was a little retarded at one point.
Or gifted.
It was either one or the other. They knew something was wrong. But I had to go down there and I had to do a big math. I had to do a big thing of reading. I had to do a big thing of science. And then they had a logic test in which they put pictures on the table, and they had a stopwatch, and they're like, all right, put these in order as fast as you can. And I was like, well, okay, what's the right order or whatever afterwards? It wasn't that. It was to see what your cognitive abilities were. And I was like, oh, okay. I never got the results other than they said, you read at a college level in 6th grade. I said, awesome. And you do the math of a caveman.
Yeah.
Your math is no good.
That was me. Not good with numbers at all.
No. I'm not bad at math now. Like, I've had college algebra and statistics, and I was like, this is kind of easy. But back then, I was like, well, 2 times 2 is possibly potato or fire truck. I don't know, man. You didn't teach me. Is red the number that comes after 46? I don't know. It's Brookport School.
Yeah, I've never heard of that, though. The secret tests down in the basement.
They only gave it to kids that were either troubled or whatever. I think it was, again, to see if I was retarded or not.
I don't know. I mean, there was a lot of people that said that they were having to take tests like that, but it was actually a CIA recruitment program or something.
I very well might have been. Like, I know I was called out of class, and I was like, what is it? Oh, shit, what did I do? I thought I was in trouble. They're like, you're not in trouble. You're just going to go to the basement, and you're going to take this test. And there was 5 of us. And we all went down there and took the test. And it was like we had a group test one week, and then the next week we had an individual test. And it was the weirdest crap ever. Like, again, it was like, here's what my logic test was. It was a picture of a car pulling up, people getting out, and then the car driving off. It was a pair of rich people getting out of a car with a chauffeur driving.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't all one complete picture. It was like the first picture was a completely empty street. The next picture was the front of the car. The next picture is the front of the car and the driver. And it was a cartoon. And the third picture was the drivers and the chauffeur. And it was only sections of this complete idea. And you had to frame it in order of what was happening to show your cognitive abilities and how fast you could do it.
Mm-hmm.
I did mine in fairly fast. I looked over each one pretty quick, and I started organizing it. And they're like, okay. And I think it took me 30 seconds at most. It wasn't that hard. Again, I was in 6th grade. And then they're like, can you describe your process? I go, well, there's nothing here. And here's the front of the car. Basically what I just said.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay. And I was like, well, did I pass? Or what? They're like, it's not pass or fail. And I said, okay. Oh, you think I'm retarded.
No, you should have said I'm psychic.
Yeah. And then I don't know if they did have, there was another test or two. And it was word association, and then also they'd have a group of words like red, carrot, strawberry, fruit. And it'd be like, what is the association of these words? What groupings would you put these words into? And I was like, oh, I don't know. Red and strawberry. strawberry and fruit. Carrot is the outlier or whatever because it's a vegetable. And they never told me if it was pass or fail. They never told me if it was good or bad. And I was just like, well, I'm still at Brookport School, so it wasn't that life-changing.
Well, how'd you do on all your other tests? Why would they want to bring in like a specialized?
I don't know. Again, well, you remember that cat test they made everyone take in sixth grade?
Yeah.
I did pretty good at that, except for in math. Like they said, I had a college graduate's level in reading and writing, and I was in sixth grade. And then they had my science understanding at junior college and all this other stuff. And then they're like, math is in sixth grade, exactly where you are. So you're where you should be, technically. I said, okay.
Yeah.
And then they gave me that other test after that. And I was like, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what I did wrong to make me take more tests. I don't like it.
I don't understand it either.
Yeah, no.
Did they make you drink anything?
No.
Beforehand?
Fluoride.
Yeah. I do remember having to do that.
Yeah, is the poisoning of all children everywhere. I read something about that and how like bad fluoride is for people. And then it's like the logic was like, all right, it's in your toothpaste. So you already have your daily dose of fluoride. And now they add it to the water, so you get a second dose of fluoride. Then you go to school and you swish it around in your mouth on top of that, so you get a third dose of fluoride. So you've gotten like 2 months worth of fluoride in one day. And that's why a lot of like mental health problems are happening today, is because they quadruple dosed people on fluoride.
What was it? Okay, first of all, I think it was Jesse the Body Ventura. He had that conspiracy theory show, and he was talking about there's fluoride in the water. And it's I can't even do.
I crack myself up with my Jesse Ventura impersonation all the time. Anytime I see that dude, I start doing it. Oh, that's Hulk Hogan. I said, oh my God, that's Hulk Hogan.
But he was saying that the fluoride like is supposed to make you more docile and
yeah, it does.
Follow instructions better and not question authority, this, that, and the other.
It is technically a poison of some sort, but it does preserve teeth, but you get enough fluoride in your toothpaste.
Yep.
So, yeah, back in the 80s and 90s, they're like, yeah, I'll just put fluoride in everything. Birthday cake, make it 90% fluoride. Yo, my teeth are still fucked up with all the fluoride.
Yep,
Maybe they should have said less sugar instead of more fluoride, and then my teeth would have been fine.
Speaking of Jesse the Body Ventura.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I said, Hulk Hogan. He said, I know who turned me into Vince McMahon. It was Horace Hogan. I do that all the time, and I just, what in the hell's wrong with me?
I was going to say, Brookport spawned a wrestling legend.
That's right. Well, I don't know if he's a legend, but he is a star.
Yeah, okay.
He is world renowned. Ow.
People know who he is.
Yeah.
That's not from around here.
Yeah, Ricochet. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
I hope that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know of any of us, other of us, who made it.
No, good old Ricochet. No.
Yeah, he hit it big. He went to Japan and went to WWE and all sorts of stuff.
I mean, even before he was in that, he was wrestling for CPW.
Yep. Yeah, he started right here. And I tell people this story, very few people, because no one really asks or cares, but I'm going to tell you, like, we started a wrestling fed way back in the 90s, late 90s. 1996 is when it started. And I remember, like, first time he asked to wrestle with us, it was like him and 3 friends were wrestling in their yard, and they had tied a rope around, like, a tree, around a stick stuck in the ground, and it was basically like a little ring, but it was just mud. And he was jumping and doing backflips out of the tree and landing on people. I was like, yeah, that's freaking awesome. Let him wrestle with us. So his origins was backyard wrestling, despite whatever he says. And our origins were backyard wrestling too. So yeah, backyard wrestling was big back in the day.
Yeah, it did seem like it had a giant boom there for a hot minute.
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah, we started in '96 on Billy's trampoline in his yard.
The trampoline.
Yeah, we called ourselves the TWF, Trampoline Wrestling Federation.
Nice.
Oh man, it was great. And we all started out where we were all bouncing on the trampoline and pretending to be pro wrestlers and stuff. Like we all had different names. Like I forgot who. Jeremy was Rick Firecracker. Oh wait, I was Rick Firecracker. Jeremy was somebody else. See, I've done brain farted.
Instead of Ric Flair, you went with Firecracker.
Yeah, Rick Firecracker.
Nice.
The town boy, Rick Firecracker. We started off pretending to be someone else, and then we started developing our own little wrestling personas, and it grew from there into actual wrestling fed. It was kind of interesting.
The TWF.
Kind of fun.
Trampoline. And then I don't remember. I was around, but I didn't really associate. I didn't wrestle with y'all. I just I hung out with y'all.
Yeah, it was probably a smart choice because we were dangerous. We hurt each other a lot.
Yeah, I didn't like getting hurt.
No,
I'm too fair.
I didn't like getting hurt either. But you know, despite that, I loved wrestling. So get in there and flop on the trampoline and slam each other around, then build a ring and do the same. That's what we did.
Like if I could have just done promos. Yeah. That would have been fine, but never actually wrestled.
You could have, but then again, it was the Wild West of teenage kids. So it was like the moment you associated with it, it was like, okay, time to snatch this person up and hit him with something.
Yeah. How fast will it take before you get a light tube over your head?
Yeah. Or someone walks up and hits you with a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
It was so fun though, but man, I think a lot of like the problems that people have today with like from our generation that wrestled is the walking and stuff like that, the bad backs and crap. It was probably from wrestling. I mean, without a doubt. I mean,
more than likely. We had a friend break his back.
Yeah.
Laid up for months.
Yep. Yeah. Was that Ryan?
That was Steven.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was laid up for a long time.
I did not know he broke his back.
Or something like that. I know he couldn't move.
He very well could have.
For a long time.
I mean, none of us visited a hospital. You know, limb would be dangling by just a thread, and we'd be like, oh, shit, we'll walk it off.
Put some dirt in it.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
I'll eat pizza and take a nap, and I'll be all right in the morning. But yeah, he could have very well. I didn't know he broke his back.
Maybe it wasn't broken. I'm probably over-exaggerating, but I know he was laid up for a while.
But there's a lot of crap like that. Will, one of the guys we wrestled with, broke his foot and his leg, and Timmy broke his arm, and I broke my jaw, and I mean, there's broken bones like once a month.
And a stinger, I remember hearing that word.
I had one of those. That was in the TWF days, beginning of CPW days. Like we had the wrestling ring, the trampoline in Billy's yard, and then it moved to Hopper's house, and then from Hopper's house it went to Steven's house briefly, and Steven's house it went to Will's house, and that was the final location of the TWF. And we had just started building the ring, and it was still just a deck, but we were still using the trampoline. And like, I forgot who I was wrestling. Timmy, maybe. Well, either way, he suplexed me on the trampoline, which is where you pick someone up straight up in the air, and then you both fall down on your back. And of course, on a trampoline, this is the dumbest thing, like one of the dumbest moves possible, because I hit and he hit, and then like I bounced, like it's at an angle. So I bounced towards him and he bounced towards me, and his head hit the back of my head hard.
Ugh.
And like I felt eternity at that moment. Like everything tingled, like my entire body went numb. I was like, I'm dying. And I hurt so bad. Like everything hurt at once. I was like, oh, I'm seriously hurt. I think it was a 3-way match because I think Will tried to pick me up too. And I was like, no, I'm hurt bad. Leave me here. And he was like, oh, okay.
Well, I know there's give to the trampoline and that deck
Yeah.
that you all had. There was absolutely no give to that whatsoever.
None. An inch of carpet padding was all there was on that thing, and it was just like getting dropped on a deck over and over again.
And when the ropes, garden hose?
Yes. Oh, God. It was awesome for the resources we had, but it was janky. It was a death trap.
I remember when there was no ropes and y'all just pretended to.
It looked so stupid. Instead of getting rid of like running rope spots, we just pretended there was ropes and ran back and forth. It was so dumb.
No, I mean, looking back, I mean, you had to use what you had.
Yeah.
You had to be resourceful.
And we didn't have a lot. It was Brookport, so we're all poor. Dirt poor.
And it wasn't until later, was it Terry that acquired the actual ring, or was it?
That I don't know. That was after my departure to the military. Like my last show was 2001, and it was June maybe, and I went to the military in August.
Oh, yeah.
So we were still doing it in Will's backyard with the deck. And I think I wrestled Terry, and that was the last show I did.
Okay.
And then I went off to Air Force, and they got the ring long after I left. What was it that long? We were saving up for it when I was there.
Oh, did you put in?
I put in a little bit.
Yeah.
I think $20.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Brother, I didn't have a lot of money.
So you're part owner of a turnbuckle.
Yeah, probably. I think I own a shoestring that wore out long ago.
I don't remember like when it was acquired or who acquired it.
Yeah, that's a story someone else will have to tell, because I don't know. Like, I can only tell you about the old days of the ring being made of plywood and having no give, and the trampoline days.
But what I am surprised at is you were telling me that people in the military, was it? Or people you worked with knew about the backyard wrestling?
Oh, yeah, dude. There's someone in Arizona that was like, you wrestled for CPW? I said, yeah, for a bit. He's like, no. I was like, yeah. He's like, I saw that stuff. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
I want to know where he saw it.
I have no idea, but he knew who CPW was.
I mean, how many CPWs you got to think? How many existed at that time?
None.
Probably,
It was just us. We were the only people with Chaos Pro Wrestling as their name.
Oh.
So, yeah, it had to have been us, and he knew one of the wrestlers by name. I wish I could remember which one.
Oh, so he was name dropping.
He knew, yeah.
Oh.
And I said, I was zombist in CPW. He was like, that was you? I was like, yeah.
I slap you like so many hoes.
I should have marketed that. I'd have been a millionaire.
I was going to say, I still, to this day, would love to have that on a T-shirt.
I missed that about wrestling, was just doing the mic work. That was all I cared about. Man, that was fun.
Well, coming up with the persona is 90% of it, I think. And then 10% is what you do in the ring.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a lot of heat for that, I'm sure.
No, but it's true. It's like, man, a lot of these guys that we were wrestling with, they were so athletic and skilled, and they were great, but they were a plank of wood as a personality. And it's like, man, you can't be one part of the equation. There's three parts of the equation. Look, being able to talk, and being able to wrestle. You've got one of those two things. Another one's like, man, you just spray painted your name on a shirt. Just spin a little bit. Come up with a character. Be something other than yourself.
Because I remember when The Undertaker came out, I was like, holy hell, what is this guy?
Yeah.
What is he doing? Because I'm used to seeing everybody else just yelling into the mic, and then all of a sudden he comes out.
Mm-hmm. He was from the era of cartoon wrestlers. Because you had him, who was a big, scary, undead guy. And then you had Hulk Hogan, which was the American superhero. And then you had guys like Brutus Briefcake, who was the barber. And then you had a garbage man. And you also had a race car driver. It's like, all of you are so bad at your main occupations that you had to come be wrestlers too.
It was a barber? Like an actual, I knew it was
Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Yeah. I always knew that was part of the name, but I didn't know it was part of his shtick.
I think he started out as a male stripper persona,
Yeah.
And then it was like, well, we're kind of PG, so you need to be a barber.
Oh.
So you cut hair.
I was like, was that part of like one of his finishing moves where he'd cut Hulk Hogan's hair or something?
He did cut hairs after match. He was a good guy, so he didn't wrestle Hogan. And Hogan wouldn't let him cut his hair. He's bald already. So
I was going to say a lot of missing on top, but he had some party in the back.
Yeah, there's a he was rocking the mullet 24/7. That man was 45 years old at 12 years old. He was that same look for like most of his life.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a barber, and then there's Duke the Dumpster Drosy, who was a garbage truck man, and
oh wait, who was the cop?
Big Boss Man.
Big Boss Man.
Yep. See, they all had different jobs than being wrestlers.
It's like the YMCA, the Village People. That's what it is. It was the Village People wrestlers.
It's like wrestling pays so bad that you have to have a second job. Brother, I can't. There's the $25 battle royal isn't going to pay the bills. I got to be a garbage man on the side. Also, the tax man is here. He may help you file after the match. It's funny.
I think the Garbage Man, that was Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Really? Oh, yeah.
The Danny DeVito was like, I'm the Garbage Man.
I'm the Trash Man.
Trash Man, that's it. Trash Man.
But no, there was an actual Garbage Man. Duke the Dumpster Drosy.
I do not remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember much. I didn't watch a lot of wrestling.
That era was kind of goofy. You didn't really miss a whole lot, but it inspired us to wrestle. That's all it did. I loved every minute of it. Didn't like when I broke my jaw, but I loved every other minute of it.
Well, I don't remember that. How'd that happen?
I was in Ohio wrestling for OVW.
Oh, that's right. Y'all hooked up with that Fed in Ohio.
Yeah, I think it was called OVW. What the hell were they called? Either way, we was wrestling in Ohio. I got in the ring. I hit my finisher on Terry because he was on the ladder. And that was the coolest thing in the world because the crowd went crazy. I sat in the crowd the entire show and everyone thought I was just a weirdo. The good news is they were right. The bad news is I was a part of the show. But I was sitting in the crowd there and I was just watching it. And Terry got up there. He had almost won the match he was in. Terry's getting on the second rung of the ladder, the third rung. And I slide into the ring. I grab him. I hit my finisher. Boom! And I jump up and hit my pose. Everyone goes crazy. No one expected it. Everyone thought I was the weirdo sitting up front. And then, I run to the back, and then there was another show. Not another show, but another match after that. It was a battle royal, I think, and I was in it. And I was like, okay, well, it doesn't make sense, but okay. I ran out. I'm in the match. I'm beating on somebody, and Jeremy hits me from behind. No. Somebody hits me from behind right as Jeremy's getting into the ring. So Jeremy slides in right as I'm falling down, and I headbutt the top of his head with my face. Ugh. And it breaks my jaw. And I feel my jaw go to the right 3 inches. It felt like it only moved it a millimeter.
Did they set it back?
Nope. I didn't go to the hospital. Didn't even know what happened. All I knew was my jaw hurt. And anytime I chewed, it hurt. And then a month later, I went to basic training.
Did they fix it? Did
Nope.
you be like, hey, guys,
I was quiet as a church mouse all the way through basic training with a broken jaw because I was afraid they'd send me home. Didn't tell them. I was literally wadding up the cheeseburger and stuffing it into my mouth and swallowing it whole.
Oh, man.
That's the only way I could eat. It was hell. Again, I was like, I was homeless at the time. I was like, I can't go back to Metropolis. If they kick me out for having a broken jaw, I'm screwed.
They might have been able to set it back real quick, punch you on the other side to even it out, and be like, okay, now you're good.
No, I did not want anyone knowing. I especially did not want the drill sergeant to know. I only figured out it was broken after I got to my first duty station and they did an x-ray on my head because they were going to fix my teeth. And they're like, did you know you have a broken jaw? And I said, I had a feeling. And they're like, when did this happen? I was like, sometime. I don't remember. I wasn't going to say it happened before I got in.
Right.
So I was like, And they fixed it. Well, they didn't fix it. It had already healed back and sealed itself back up.
Well, probably would have been better to tell them it happened before than during, because then they would want an investigation of like, well, where did it happen at?
Bro, it's the military.
Yeah,
They wouldn't have gave a shit.
Oh, okay.
As long as no one was dead and there's no letters home, they don't care, man. They'd have been like, that happened in basic. Well, we're going to have to fix it. And they just add it to your medical. That's all they do. And just like what they did. Well, we're going to have to fix it. And they added it to my medical.
Yeah, but wrestling back then, and you all didn't have health insurance.
No. It was so stupid. But it was fun. It was awesome.
I'm sure none of them would go back and be like, no, I wish I wouldn't have done that. It was a nice community. Everybody got together. We hung out.
That was the thing I missed the most, is how like close knit we all were. But again, it was as grade school and high school, so it was like friendship of convenience sort of thing. It was like all of us had different hobbies and different interests, and we all loved wrestling, so that pulled us all together. But the moment we didn't have wrestling, it was like, oh, well, I really don't have a lot in common with all these people. I mean, politically we don't agree and stuff like that, and you eventually realize, oh, we're just friends because we liked wrestling, or we just friends because we were in class together.
No, like I said, I was always hanging out, but I wasn't into the wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And
there was a lot of people that just hung out that wasn't really into the wrestling, didn't want to wrestle. It was just a big group of people.
Yeah, it just seemed like, what's all these guys up to?
Yeah.
Is that how CW first started?
Yeah, no, he loved wrestling. So
he
fit in like peas and the carrots there. So he fit in. Like he loved what was that wrestler's name? Not Cactus Jack.
Mankind?
Yeah, Mankind. Cactus Jack Mankind. The guy that played him, he loved that guy. And he just fit in. And I remember like Josh was like, that's Bunga. It's like, okay. And then I saw Bunga sitting at a table at one of the tables at high school alone. And I was like, that ain't going to do. So I walked over to him. I was like, hey, what are you doing? He was like, nothing. I was like, you want to come eat with us? He was like, okay. And he came, joined. And from then we were like peas and carrots.
Did you steal his fries?
No. I didn't like fries.
Okay, good deal. Because
I don't remember what I ate at lunch because there was nothing I liked.
That was always a bad part. I remember every day somebody coming by and snatching fries.
Yeah.
I would always have to order two.
Yes.
2 orders because I knew one was going to get picked at, and I was like, well.
The fries were the good part of the lunch, and I didn't like them. Saying that now, I was like, man, I should have ate those fries. Because the cheeseburgers were disgusting. They didn't taste like cheeseburgers.
They were them soy burgers.
Yeah. You can tell it wasn't real meat. It was disgusting. I'd get the stir fry from the second line because it was like, well, you can't fake chicken. And it was like chicken and broccoli, and it was pretty good.
The line I probably should have went through.
Yeah, I went in there a lot. Like I go to the burgers and fries whenever there was pizza, but the rest of the time I go to that other line. It was basically like a Thanksgiving dinner almost. A crappy one, but
a Juggalo Thanksgiving.
Juggalo Thanksgiving. A liter of Faygo, a gas station pizza, a picture of your favorite fat bitch. Faygo Thanksgiving. Yeah, that other line was good, but yeah, sitting around the table talking about wrestling. Like wrestling cannot create a buzz like it did back then during that area. It can't do it. Like I don't know anyone that watches or care. I'm an old man that sits alone in his house, so I guess I don't know what the kids are talking about nowadays. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I don't know of any superstars that are making the headlines.
No, there's none. Like you could not turn around without seeing a Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt or a Undertaker shirt back in the day, and now it's like I don't.
Yeah, they were common household names, and I feel like that's kind of gone by the wayside.
Yeah, it has. Life changes. Life moves on.
For the better?
Who knows? No. Well, here's the deal. What we're saying now, our parents said, and the grandparents said, Like everyone throughout history has been like, no, the kids don't know how good we used to have it. They're just, and it's like, well, you know, the only people that really didn't say that were the people that grew up during the Great Depression and the bubonic plague. So
yeah. My great grandpa was telling me stories of, the Depression and all that. And I was like, oh, that does sound depressing.
Yeah, an onion sandwich and the stuff they ate, and like, we were lucky enough to find a corn cob we could turn into a toy.
Yeah.
And this sort of stuff, and it's like now, it's like, we say, man, the kids have got it so bad, we had it great back in the day. It's like, well, they technically have their entire world at their fingertips in the form of an iPad or a phone. And yeah, we had bicycles and riding around, and the only way to look things up was the Dewey Decimal System, but let's be honest here. How many of us enjoyed that motherfucking Dewey Decimal System? None of us.
No, I didn't use none of it.
No.
I remember I had a set of encyclopedias that were a few years old back when I was younger.
I think I said this last time we talked about school, but it was like, man, by the time I had graduated high school, I had spent like an entire week learning about Yugoslavia, and the fucking place didn't exist by the time I graduated grade school. And that's the sort of thing with the encyclopedias. I had some like 1970s encyclopedias that like was talking about places that didn't exist and had not existed in 20 years. It's like, yeah, let's look up Rhodesia. Rhodesia is gone. It doesn't exist no more.
And the job of encyclopedia salesman doesn't exist anymore.
Like a lot of those jobs are gone. Mary Kay salesman, I don't know if it still exists.
I don't know if they still do that or not. But I'm sure they do.
Things change. As Biggie said, or Tupac said, one of the two said, I see changes. Changes everywhere. It is what it is. Well, guess what time it is?
What time is it?
It is time to wrap things up.
Oh,
we are at the 1 hour and 54 minute mark on the show. I'd like to thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and we did not stay on topic or even get close to a topic today.
That's usually how it goes.
We were going to talk about wrestling.
We did.
We got it at the end.
Ish.
It is what it is. As long as you enjoy it, thanks for listening. If you don't enjoy it, thanks for listening either way. I'm Brian.
I'm Brad.
And we thank you so much for listening. We'll see you again next week. Bye.
Later.
The Brookport Best Friends from Brookport, Illinois. I'm gonna talk about some stuff and make a lot of noise. We may be funny, we may be rude, but we got the right attitude. Gonna talk about a lot of crap. Hope we make you laugh and clap. Brookport Best Friends.